Hello my friends from YouTube, how are you all doing today? I'm doing grand, just fabulous. I'm currently standing on our creeper farm, our gunpowder farm that we built in the last episode. I've been AFKing here a little bit, gathering up some more gunpowder because I've been loving flying around with my wings. Behind us over here, I just wanted to show you the view of our village, our grand, beautiful village, and I've spotted something else down below. Doesn't that look very familiar to you all? Coming in for a landing. Oh, I love having these wings. It is a llama. Yeah, I thought you'd be a llama. Your boat looks a little fancier. Are you still Fred? You are Fred. Hello, Fred. You're the same llama we had last time. I mean, your boat is definitely looking fancier. Last time it was halfway in the water and you were busy sinking, I think. This looks grand. You brought another gift. From one great empire to another. I mean, my village is pretty great, but I don't know if I'd call it an empire just yet. Maybe someday, but are you thinking you're part of a great empire? Or is that just Steven who's brainwashing you? Anywho, what did you bring me this time? See, there is a chest in here. Oh, more white wool. I mean, thank you, Fred. I don't really need it, given that our creeper farm also produces spiders and string, and I can make white wool from that very easily, but I really appreciate it nonetheless. You can tell Steven that. Oh, just like, well, there he goes, riding off into the mist. Please build us a dock before our next visit. Okay. When exactly is your next visit going to be? You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna follow him. Hello? Oh. Hi, Fred. Fred, there are more boats and llamas? Hector, Adam, you all have names, and is this? It is Steven. No, Steven. No, they've built a llama head again. I mean, at least they've gotten civilized in their worship of Steven. And they're not just building out of dirt? Steven, what have you done to the llamas? I always thought that they'd gone much further than just, right there beyond the horizon. Look, there's Fred. But I guess not. Anywho, as I was saying, we built this in the last episode, and yes, it does produce spiders, so I appreciate the llama's offers, but white wool is kind of easy to get. I mean, look at all that string and all of that gunpowder. We have plenty. But if you look at my axe, it's a little worse for wear. And I did this. I've been collecting some wood, chopping down some trees, and in the process, without dying, nailed it, been collecting some more bee nests. Because unfortunately, my friends, I've noticed something dire, something incredibly sad. My bees are missing, and I don't know what happened to them. At no point did I ever see any bees flying around, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if yes, I did put glass on the top, so they can't even sneak out through there. But they've been gone for quite some time, which is really, really sad. Luckily, before they left me with quite a bit of honeycomb, so I have a substantial amount, but I would very much like to get them back, or at the very least, replace them. So I've been getting some more bee nests, and we'll get onto that in a little bit. I've also updated our to-do list board, so fix honeycomb farm, that's on here, which we will do today. I also think that I want to do some more of these. I think it's time to do some bridges, because I'm tired of jumping into the water or anything to get to and from my enchantment area or my skeleton farm, so we might do some bridges as well. And I'm thinking for the main build of today, I want to build a tavern or an inn or horse stables. One of the two, and that That way we'll start expanding the lore of our village instead of just adding functionality to it. So today we're not going to be building a farm. We're not going to be doing anything very technical or difficult, unless you consider building a little bit difficult. But yeah, let's get on to that. I think we're going to start by fixing our honeycomb farm. And then we skip ahead to the next day. Yes, I actually had a whole day in between recording the last clip and this one, and during that time I spent a couple of hours AFKing. So you guys remember me saying that there's no way I'll ever need more than 5 chests in this thing? Yeah, I was a fool. I underestimated just how insanely productive this thing can be. That's 5 double chests full of gunpowder. This thing produces string as well. There's a shulker box full of gunpowder and a little bit more. And then we have 1, 2, and a little bit shulker boxes full of white wool. I've compressed all of the string this thing has produced into white wool. And I've only been AFK for 10 hours? Maybe? It really wasn't that much. This thing is so much more productive than I thought it would be. Surely that will last me a while. I mean, really. That just has to. I've tripled it now, right? Right? That's my forehead. Ooh, I nearly hit that. A second time skip of the episode later, my bees are back. I've replaced the 4 nests in there, and I've checked. The 4 nests that were in there, they don't have bees anymore. I put them down on the floor and I left them for a day or so in-game and nothing. But we're producing honeycomb again. You can see we've gathered more than 3 stacks of the stuff since I've replaced them. I have also built bridges. Yes, we now have 2 of these bridges in place, and they work. They keep me dry. I don't fall through to the water. And honestly, it is so much nicer to be able to run there instead of swimming. Although it's a little late now because I do have the elytra and I can fly, but you know what? Still. Also, you can see some shulker boxes down here. I've done a little bit of work. In my inventory, I have 52 shulker shells. Yes, they are new shulker shells because I actually ended up depleting my store, my reserve. I didn't have much to begin with. The last time we were in the end is the only time I have been in the end, aside from just now. I just got back and I managed to get 58 shulker shells, 6 of which I've used to make 3 new shulker boxes, one of which contains the rest of my end city raiding. I raided I think 4 cities, of which 2 had elytras, had boats. So I've got 2 dragon heads, 2 elytras, and a bunch of other loot. Some of them, like these 2 pants, those are perfect pants. I mean, there's nothing more you need on them. So that's also a pretty good diamond shovel, maybe unbreaking. But yeah, it was productive, and I have stuff inside these 2 shulker boxes, though, are what we're going to be working on next. Because yes, we can now come and take those 2 signs off. We have fixed our honeycomb farm and we have built bridges. By the way, I don't think I've shown you a side view of my bridges, but I quite like it. It's a very simple, basic design. Boom. Yeah. I like it very much. It goes all the way down, which, you know, doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense, but it looks aesthetically very pleasing. The bridge over there is exactly the same design, it's just straight instead of diagonal like this one. And I kind of think that the diagonal one looks better than the straight one, but they do both work, and the sun is setting. So I think for the rest of today's episode we're going to be working on horse stables. And to me it makes a lot of sense to put horse stables at the entrance to your village, to your town, which at this point is this. I mean, that's the ocean, so we wouldn't have horses coming in this way. Those are big mountains with the ocean just behind it over there. So either they'd come in through there, which is a viable option. I won't deny. But at the moment, this is the only road we have that's kind of leading into our village. So to me, it makes sense that we put our horse stables here, so any weary travelers or tired travelers can come in and they can just deposit their horses into stables over here. I like that idea. There's a wolf. Wait, I need to grab some bones. Luckily, thanks to our skeleton grinder, we will never have a shortage of bones, so this fella over here can take as many as he might want. Come back. 1, 2, only 2! You must really want to be tamed, sir. Come, follow me. Follow me! I think... Do I have... Yes! I do have... Bloop! Hello, friend. Leave me a name down in the comments for our friend. He needs a name. And I don't have a shortage of name tags either. So, what shall we call our first dog? Also, our entire storage building roof has now changed color. It's fully oxidized. It only took, I don't know, 6, 8 episodes to get to this stage. And I kinda like it. I don't know whether I prefer this or whether I prefer the orange look of the unweathered. So let me know about that down in the comments as well. So looking at this area next to our storage building, I think it's a great place to put a big building first off, because this wall is kind of bland and I don't really know what to do with it given that it's inside the slope. Aside from just planting a whole bunch of trees and greenery there. But I think given the direction of our road, this spot definitely calls for a diagonal building. Now I might hate myself for making this decision, because I'm not very good or experienced at building diagonal buildings, just in case you guys, haven't noticed, but most of my things are quite square. But we can come ahead and try and lay something out here. I think we can come a couple blocks out, and I don't want to put the building much further this way, closer towards the water, because I want some space to maybe put some shrubs or trees here. And then that might determine how much space we have. So we can go ahead and place a line here, and I'm not going to try and do anything weird and wacky like a too wide diagonal. Actually, you know what, this is a very steep angle, so let's try that. Let's go not 3 but 2 blocks at a time diagonally, and we'll see how that looks. Yeah, that line I think follows our river edge quite nicely. Yeah. Obviously coming out from that, we'll need a space to put our horses. Yes, this is going to be a horse stable, and I'm thinking I'm going to populate it with horses in today's episode as well. Yeah, we'll see how far back we can go, but probably something like that is good. Then we need to bring it forward, and this angle should be something like that. I think that's perpendicular. Yeah, that looks about right. So we can come forward. That's probably going to be too far, too close to our storage building. I'm just blocking it out for now, seeing what kind of space we have to work with here and how much terraforming I'm going to have to do. See, the building will be cutting short when it runs into our storage building, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. We can put it there, and then it'll probably stop there on this side, but it can continue here without any obstructions, I think. Yes, this is fairly big. This might be too big, but let's sleep. And I'm gonna plot out something. I want to figure out the interior as well, where I'm gonna put the horses and such. Okay, I think I've figured it out, and in the process of figuring it out, I've also decided that it was a good idea not to do a time lapse, because doing a diagonal building is not something I've had much practice in over the years, and I tore it down, had to go back and forth quite a bit, but I think I now have it to a point where I've got 4 little stalls / stables for the horses in place. Now I could line the rest of this wall with probably 2 more of these stalls, but I think that the owner of these horse stables, the manager thereof, would probably use some space of it as like a hay storage. So I'm leaving this corner open to do some decorating, some interior decorating and such. But for now, I've got a couple more pieces of oak logs that I need to come in and flesh out these walls with. Get them up to a bit of a height. I don't want to go too high because I want this amethyst to still be visible down the line. So now that I've got some height in here, and yes, it's all still plain oak logs, but I will eventually come in with some oak planks and texture vary it before stripping all of the remaining logs. But I think first off, let's see if we can add a little bit of detail with some of these. Probably not those. I'm also thinking that I want to use some acacia in this build, and that could simply be in the roof, because I've been using some bright and odd colors here and there for roofs. That thing as well. I think the orange of the acacia might be another color, though I've never actually used acacia planks in a build before, so we'll see how that goes eventually. It could also, unstripped, be quite a nice column, since it is a nice grey, almost a stone variant, which goes kind of nicely with the stripped oak. You know, that's a possibility. But first I'm thinking our stables, our stalls will need windows of some sort for our horses, so we can come in and we can find some spots where there's room to put in a window perhaps. And we might replace the top and the bottom ones with stairs eventually, but for now I just want to get the layout of them kind of figured out. And you can see I've flattened out all of these walls where this, nope, not that one, this one here would have just been a empty nook, but because I want to put the windows in, I've gone and filled that space in as well. Thinking a bit ahead of what I might be planning, what I could do, and what I might be interested in the long run. Yeah, and once we have windows in, we can start to think about what we're going to do with the exterior of this, where we can put some columns, some pillars, and those sorts of things, and where we need stairs. Now, the easiest way for me to be able to put this roof on, and if I can build you a quick demonstration of my roof shape, would be to just... Whoops. I'm having a hard time. If we have a shape like that, would be to step it up in at all directions. So we would step it in one block there, like so, right? Stepped in, and then we come this way again and step it in, and then we'd come to the next layer and we would step it in. Something kinda like this. But that works, might work, and probably would work the best if all of your walls on all 4 sides ended at the same height. I've gone and made my life difficult for myself in that I decided to put a second story on one side of the building, because that's going to make things a bit more interesting, and it's going to raise this side of the building up and make the front look interesting without impeding on that by having this front corner of the building be a low level. So we would hopefully, in theory, be able to look over that roof and still see the purple of the amethyst. I really hope this works out. I'm kind of liking the feeling of the inside so far, this diagonal passageway and then this open area over here. I think that works quite nicely for me. I just need to get rid of the stone still. So that's starting to look like it might become an interesting shape, and I like the feeling of it inside. I really do like this flow and the space and the shape I have in here. But I'm gonna have some very, very interesting intersections like this. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the roof. I would like this to be open so I can look down, but I might just be looking straight into that roof. So I think the next step is to put on that roof and to see what it is going to look like. And potentially figure this stuff out the hard way. Although I don't know if I want to just put the roof, these blocks in immediately. Maybe I need... Yeah, let's see if I can get away with putting in some stone brick, which should match this a bit better. Maybe I should use deep slate or blackstone instead. Let's try blackstone. Let's see what that looks like. First off, the blackstone goes really well with the acacia. Like, damn. I like that a lot. That's a good color combination. Also, I did put these stone bricks up here on top of my corner columns. It's not quite the same gray, but I think it's close enough, and that breaks up this corner a little bit, makes it look a bit more dynamic. On the inside, unfortunately, you can see that the roof doesn't come up high enough in this section here to really be worth anything to us. So I think we can go ahead and get rid of some of this. We can change that out a little bit. And here, actually that needs to be that. And then here we can bring in some more of this oak. Not like that though. It needs to come up and sit in this position like so. Yeah. I like that. That corner can be filled in again. And then this roof will just kind of terminate into there. Just like that. Yeah, I like that. It gives us a wall on the inside though, but that's okay. This will become a nice little corner niche spot. I'm thinking that needs to be a flat wall. Otherwise it's just a weird corner, a very, very weird corner. And this... yeah, this can become another window for us. Okay, cool. We can put that there, step out, and like so. Drop down. Of course, the sun is always setting, but yeah. Let me get the rest of the roof on this thing, and then we can look at it as a whole structure. Oh, I do like that. I think I really, really like that. The blackstone has a slight purple tinge to it, which contrasts the orange very nicely. I like it. I really like this roof. What I don't like is that it is currently all just oak logs. I think it'll look much better once we've stripped it all or replaced it with planks. So, let's see, I have some planks in here. Now the reason I haven't stripped it yet is because I want to texture vary it. I want to do what I did there, where I have some planks and some stripped logs. Hello? Hi? Where did you... why do you... what? It was a little dark inside, so I've gone and placed down some more torches. I did have some, but now I've got a lot in here. And he shouldn't be able to spawn in here. And he did spawn in there because he was holding one of these acacia slabs, which he must have picked up while I was building things. But as I was saying, the reason I haven't stripped any of these logs yet, I mean I stripped these logs, but that was part of the demonstration earlier, is because I don't want to put stripped logs back into my storage room. I want to put regular logs back into my storage room. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to do the texture variation as before I strip anything, as if the stripping process has already happened, and then we'll strip the logs afterwards, and that will bring out a complete texture varied look. Oh, now that looks many times better. The oak is slightly yellowish, which complements the orange surprisingly well. I honestly didn't think it would. Haha, punny. I've done a thing though, I don't know if you can notice it, But I had these stone brick stairs at the top of all of my columns. Well, I've also introduced some stone brick walls at the bottoms to pull that stone grey down further, particularly on this corner where it's a really tall and far distance for that color to just sit isolated. The same with the black stone, so that's now also introduced here at the bottom, and it makes the corners just a little bit more dynamic and not just plain straight. I like it very, very much. On the inside, I've not done much of anything really. We have a door that looks like it's semi-ajar, but aside from that, nothing else. I've stripped all of the logs inside. I've got the logs on the ceiling, but I think I might have had them on the previous clip already, but I definitely haven't addressed them. They're kind of going all over the place, which I like. It looks weird and random, and that helps the messiness, or it accentuates the messiness of a diagonal building already. I think this is starting to look really, really nice. It's big. It is definitely big. It is slightly taller, I think, or at least it appears taller than our storage building, but I like it there. I really do. I'm almost considering having the storage building go back to being clean copper to see the two oranges next to one another, to see what they would do and look like. You know what, let's see if I have any copper left. Let's grab a piece or two of copper and put that on there just for comparison. I do have some copper. Let's have a look. Let's see here. Where can I place the copper? I think this is a full block. Ooh. No, see, the copper is a bit more pink than the acacia wood is. I never thought of copper as being pink before, but it definitely is pink compared to that orange. No, I don't want this roof to be pink. I want it to either be the copper orange or this copper green. So I think we'll leave it different. We won't shave this down because I don't want it to look pink, and putting it next to that will only make it look very, very pink. Not far at all, we do have some horses over here. I mean, this is just on the other side of our wheat field. These guys look like they're all grey. We have the spotted one, which I don't think I like. I like this one being fully grey, and there's another full grey one down here. Yeah, okay, let's see. I know you can tame horses by just sitting on them, but can you tame them with apples? No. Okay, they just chow your apples and then they're... Oh, okay. Hello. You are tamed, sir. You're not that slow. You're actually really not that slow. Okay, so you're pretty good. Let's try the other grey one. I'm gonna be very pedantic about this. I apologize, my friends. There we go. Okay. Saddle on. No. No. Come back. You're also pretty quick. How do I know which one is quicker? I don't actually know. In which case I don't think it matters, but I think this one might be slightly quicker. Okay, we've got one horse. Ooh, here's a darker horse. Black. I think I'd rather go and have a look and see if I can find any white horses and some brown horses. Oh my word, I've been traveling so far. It took me literally an hour to find one white horse. The last one I wanted, but it had to be a white one. I've got that one. I've got the one I tamed with you guys, and then we've got that little brown one over there. I quite like the brown one, but I think that this horse can go ahead and squeeze in here with the grey one. I mean, it's probably the smallest of the pens, but I like them the most. They're my two nicest colors. Yeah. And there we go. I think that is a completed stable build for us. Put a bit of decoration on the outside, and of course I put a little bit of decoration on the inside as well for our horses. They really like standing on top of their... Okay, Calm down now, calm down. They like standing on top of their cauldron, see? Yeah, he does it as well. But yeah, we've got some decoration all over the place. The top is also nice and cluttered, just a storage space, as it should be, I think. And I like it. It looks lovely. Some things I've done. I've added some trees in here, our fences with our lanterns on top, and I've lit up the space here at the back with some shroom lights and leaves over them, so that should all be spawn proof, I really hope. And I like the look of all of this. One thing I'm upset by is that with this tree here in front, we don't see that amethyst on the side of the building as you walk past. But I don't know if I'm upset enough to take the tree down, because I like the tree. That tree specifically breaks up the building a little bit, softens it here on the street front. And I like it. I really do like it. I have also spawn-proofed the roof of this building by putting buttons on all of the full blocks. I've not had it be a problem yet, like that roof isn't spawn-proofed, those aren't, that's stairs, so it is. Those slabs are not, this isn't. So, I don't know, I mean that whole building has its entire roof spawn-proofed. And I haven't had issues yet, but you know what? Acacia comes in button format, so I thought I might as well. You don't get buttons in copper. At least not yet. Maybe someday when they introduce the copper golem. Maybe. But yeah, I think we are done for the episode. It's been a nice long video so far. And I love the build that I've gotten done in today's episode. So, you all know how this works by now. If you've enjoyed today's episode, give me that thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel a lot, you know, with the YouTube algorithms and such. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please, please, please leave me a comment. I love to hear from you all. Until next time, my friends, have an absolutely wonderful time. I actually can't believe I used Acacia.